get access to $700,000 of render credits for free. Hello my friends, and how are you doing? Today I want to invite you to be part of Project Odyssey. It's completely free to be part of this. You get access to a lot of different online platforms, but this is also supported by the open source community. So one of the partners here is ComfyUI, but also other big names out there like CivitAI, Kling, LTX, Run Diffusion, Fall. I'm going to be a judge on that panel, and there's going to be prizes at a total value of $70,000, and I can give away $500 as a prize to my community's best entry. But before we get started, here are some quick impressions from Bangkok. I'm very honored to be part of this amazing project that will be innovative and show the creativity of AI artists, especially AI video, which is the biggest trend in 2025. Most of your favorite platforms are part of this. CivitAI, ElevenLabs, Kling AI, Wiggle is here, Lambda Labs is here. But of course, when we scroll down a little bit more, we have here LTX, we have ComfyUI, Cock Video. So a lot of tools you can also use offline on your computer locally. There's also Fall AI if you want to render the GPUs just for that specific GPU time. So everybody, no matter if you have the hardware, if you have the high skill that you need for running stuff local like ComfyUI, or if you just want to use online platforms, can be part of this amazing project. Next, let's have a look at the categories. The first category here is narrative. So if you're a good storyteller, this is the entry point for you, where you can create a short film with AI or using AI in any capacity to show amazing stories. Next, we have music videos, which is also a favorite, and we have seen really cool AI music videos. This could also be your entry point to be seen by the music community out there, making amazing videos for artists, for DJs, all these amazing creative people out there. By the way, no branded content, so maybe create some music with AI and then make a music video with that. The next category is marketing and advertisement. Now, this is an entry point for a lot of creative people into the creative industries, not just for advertisement. This could be your starting point to be in the music video industry, the gaming industry, the entertainment industry, lots of different openings. This is a pretty amazing proving ground, or also a good way to get started with making money with AI. So you can try that out. Again, no real brands, come up with fictional brands for that. Next category here is trailers. Again, a really cool format. We all love a good trailer. Me as a gamer, I love a good, tasty gaming trailer that makes me hungry for that game. So this again is a really cool category. No real brands, no copyrighted stuff. Come up with your own ideas. Next, we have rendering and VFX. So this is not limited to just using 100% AI in your projects. You can also use AI just as an effect or external tools in combination with AI. Here, for example, it says rotoscoping. So for example, you can do a cool dance video with AI. You can also create 3D scenes and then render them into a beautiful scene with the use of AI. Lots of possibilities for VFX. Social media is another cool category, and I know a lot of you out there want to be successful social media creators. So here you can test your skill on short format videos and see how far you can go in this competition, but also see a lot of other creative entries out there. And if you want none of that, you just want to go on with your wild creative fantasy, express yourself artistically, there is the open format that is not bound to any specific use case. You can just express yourself in any way you want. Of course, no stuff that is freaky or discriminating anybody. This should be able to be viewed by a large audience. So safe for work, of course. Another category that is pretty amazing is behind the scenes. So you can also show off what you have done with projects. This is amazing because it gives an inside view into how artists work with AI, how you come up with the ideas, how you prepare them, what is your workflow, what is your process of using AI. This is really beautiful for that. And then we have the sponsor awards. Now this specifically means you can get a sponsor award if you use one of these platforms or multiple of these platforms specifically for your project, so that that sponsor can award you. Below that we have the timeline. Now as you can see here, the end of the submission is January 16, which is not too long, but I think it's long enough to create a really cool project with AI. And taking part in that project is super easy. The only thing you have to do is to click here on the sign up button, you put your name and your email address, and then you get more information per email. Let's have a quick look on how this email looks like. So here you get more information about how that project runs, the timeline, again, the different categories. By the way, here is an extra category for storyboard and pitch decks. So if you don't want to create a full video with AI, you can also pitch an idea you have for an AI video that you want to create in the future. Below you also have the competition rules, and really read them carefully. It has to have a title and a description, of course, no longer than 15 minutes, no bigger than 20 gigabytes, and very important here, the format either MP4 or WebM. So no MOV file or any kind of other file, because then you have spent a lot of time creating it and you're not even part of that competition. Also, of course, you want to stay away of any kind of brand names, of IPs, of copyrighted material that is already out there, because that cannot be used. So don't create your short film about the adventures or Mickey Mouse or McDonald's or stuff like that. Come up with your fantasy IPs, fantasy brands, also music that you have created with AI rather than popular music out there. And of course, there is a real people guideline. So if you use real people, you need to have them allow you to use their likeness. Better use AI people to stay out of any kind of conflict. On the 16th of December, you get full access to all of the tools from the sponsors. So mark that on your calendar so you can get started as soon as possible creating and using these credits for your benefit. And of course, if you want to stay connected, they are on different social media platforms, but I would also highly suggest that you join the Discord and the conversation, where you can get feedback, you can get help and support, but you can also see what other people are doing in that contest. Now I also want to give you some artistic advice on how to win competitions. The biggest rule, and this is also coming from one of the biggest directors of our time, Quentin Tarantino: stand on the shoulders of giants. What that means is don't try to come up with your own original thing. Don't try to change the world and reinvent the wheel. The first thing you want to do is to look what is already out there. Source the best sources. Look at different films. Look at different AI creators. Look at what has already worked, what is popular, what people understand, what drives a good story. Take a lot of notes, take a lot of screenshots, and then build your story on top of that by adding your personal flavor. This is how you win competitions. The other thing that is really important to understand is that culture is a language that the people who want to look at your art have to understand. If you go for the open experimental category, go wild, be strange, do whatever you want. If you go into any other category like social media, marketing, music, entertainment, like storytelling, the people have to understand what you want to tell them. So think about what is good storytelling, what is the general visual language that is used out there. Again, by looking at stories that already exist, by looking at designs, by looking at movies and games, color grading, color schemes, you have a huge advantage by creating that. This is called a mood board or an inspiration board, where you simply collect a lot of sources, and then based on that, when you have a good storyline that's interesting and you have good design that is amazing and easy to follow, you can bring that together in your own unique way, and by that create something where everybody says, wow, how did you come up with that? I hope you apply. Please use this chance, because you can only win if you're part of the competition. There is no shame in not winning the main prize. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing all of your entries. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and see you soon. Bye.